The National Center for PTSD estimates that 28% of people who have witnessed a mass shooting develop post-traumatic stress disorder. Today, we see how a local man is overcoming this disorder. Good afternoon, I'm Justin Keys.
And I'm Megan Alexander. Coming up, one of our reporters met a little boy who was standing up against cerebral palsy.
All this and more on the Omaha News.
From the studios of UNO Television, this is the Omaha News, presented by UNO School of Communication.
Cerebral palsy is a group of permanent movement disorders that appear in early childhood.
Reporter DK Kellum is at our live table to share how first grader Wyatt Fisher proves that people with disabilities can accomplish many things and should never be underestimated.
Often symptoms of cerebral palsy include poor coordination, stiff muscles, weak muscles, and tremors. Wyatt is now doing extensive therapy at Monroe Meyer Institute with physical therapist Marty Ewand after an intense surgery. 6-year-old Wyatt Fisher has cerebral palsy, but his disability hasn't defined who he is as a kid.
He could do a lot of things, but it was very slow. And he figured out ways to do them his way.
After having surgery over 3 months ago, Wyatt is already back to doing what first graders do, like ride their bikes.
We had surgery December 19th at Gillette at St. Paul. I did a selective dorsal rhizotomy. So they cut nerves in his spine to help reduce the spasticity and the tone in his legs.
The rapid recovery has come from the determination and hard work of Wyatt, doing physical therapy 5 days a week and occupational therapy 2 days a week.
When they cut the nerves to reduce that tone, he has to relearn how to use the muscles and work them, the ones that are still intact, get them working again. So he went from barely able to walk in the walker to walking 500 feet and climbing stairs, being able to stand from a sitting position, stay there without my support.
Oh my gosh, you're going to get me! Bye-bye!
If I was to describe Wyatt, I would describe him as determined and funny and, well, he's mine. But yeah, it doesn't define him.
A number of potential treatments are being examined, including stem cell therapy. However, more research is required to determine if it is effective and safe. Megan, back to you.
Thanks, DK. In 2018, America lost 113 people to school shootings, averaging one every 8 days. I sat down with a school shooting survivor to talk about his diagnosis of PTSD and how he faces it in his daily life. Since 2009, the U.S. has experienced 288 school shootings. On December 14, 2012, in Newton, Connecticut, Sandy Hook Elementary School was forever changed when Adam Lanza fatally shot 20 children and 6 staff members. Jeremy Richmond, the father of Sandy Hook shooting victim Aviel Richmond, took his own life March 25th. His wife said he succumbed to the grief that he could not escape. Sydney Alio and Calvin Desir were survivors of the parking shooting that occurred February 2018. Alio took her own life on March 16th after struggling with survivor's guilt and PTSD. Calvin Desir committed suicide the day after Alio's funeral. Counseling and psychological director Charlene Patterson talks to students in the UNO Wellness Center. She says signs of depression can be vague or very distinctive. It's important to be aware of any changes.
Any of those kinds of signs where people are withdrawing, or there's this heightened sense of anxiety or deepened sadness would be things that we would want to look at.
On January 5th, 2011, a student attending Millard South High School walked into the principal's office, shooting and killing the vice principal, injuring another staff member, and then turned the gun on himself, ending his own life. Kyler Erickson was in the office the day that this happened.
I was diagnosed with PTSD and depression and it changed my life. And so what I do now is I travel the country talking to middle schools, high schools, colleges, and I just tell these kids that you're worth the help.
The Millard South graduate says he wants students to get over the stigma of mental health and seek help. He says telling his story is a way he can provide hope to those who need it. UNO's Counseling and Psychological Services is located in room 102 in the H&K building and is open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. till 5 p.m.
Coming up, we head downtown to the DoubleTree Hotel to hear about a project UNO faculty have been working on.
And next we see how birdwatching isn't just for the young at heart, but also for the youth of our world.
Stay tuned, we'll be right back.
Your MAV card is your ticket. Don't lose it.
Ticket? Ticket to what?
It's your ticket to tremendous entertainment. Like the UNO Art Gallery. They host amazing art shows, lectures, and the Writers' Workshop reading series. We can go to the Strauss Performing Arts Center, where we can experience live music. Or maybe the theater, where they host 4 productions a year.
Your MAV card is your ticket. Where will it take you?
At the Milo Bale Student Center, we have everything a student needs to relax and enjoy their time between classes. We have many fun options like ultra-wide televisions, table games like pool and basketball, and spots to relax or catch a quick nap. Hungry? Grab a bite at one of our restaurants like the Durango Grill or Crispy Crunchy Chicken, or just stop by our convenience store for a quick snack. Or come grab some MAV swag from our bookstore. No matter what you need, the Milo Bale Student Center is the place for you.
Hi, I'm Dr. Todd Robinson. I teach Writers' Workshop 1500, Introduction to Creative Writing. If you take the course, you can expect to become a better reader, writer, and thinker, to learn a great deal about the world and to learn a great deal about yourself. Please join us.
You've always known you were a leader, someone who works hard to achieve your goals. You can see it. You can see your success in front of you. You pursue a college education for the old-fashioned reasons, to learn, to make yourself more valuable, to succeed. You need a place that celebrates your ambition and positions you alongside visionary people just like you. You, my friend, belong here, the University of Nebraska at Omaha.
This is the Omaha News.
Sandhill cranes have been migrating to Nebraska for thousands of years, and this year they're breaking records. Roughly 700,000 cranes have been counted in the Platte River Valley, an all-time high. Reporter Charlotte Riley takes us to Kearney, Nebraska, the sandhill crane capital of the world.
Many people consider Nebraska a flyover state, but the Sandhill cranes prove it's the perfect landing spot. Every year, about 500,000 cranes stop in the Platte River Valley to fuel up as they migrate north. That's 80% of cranes on the planet.
I think that the migratory patterns are very interesting, and my husband and I like to do outdoor activities together, so we decided to go look at the cranes.
Bad weather initially delayed the birds this year. Once it passed, thousands of birds flocked in.
Within about 3 to 4 days, we went from about basically 60, 70,000 birds to probably close to 300,000. And we hate to use the word floodgates because of all the floods that we're having in the state of Nebraska. But it was just like once things opened up, they just really flooded into our area.
The flooding has concerned some birdwatchers and ornithologists who fear the birds may not find adequate food and nesting areas.
It would be scary or a shame if this type of migration pattern was ever disrupted.
Fossil records indicate cranes have been in Nebraska for 9 million years. The cranes that stop in Nebraska migrate north to the upper United States, Canada, and even Siberia.
It's been in the last 20 years that people really are starting to understand the migration and how important it is to protect our natural resources.
Bob Rhodes, a crane host at Fort Kearney State Historical Park, argues it's the people, not the cranes, that make this migration truly spectacular.
Well, the cranes are fine, but the people, meet a lot of nice people here. A lot of them from all over the world, actually, in the United States. It's interesting. It's always interesting.
Take a little nap.
No. You get to
set our alarm.
You get the donuts out and the coffee out.
Donuts and coffee.
Yeah, donuts and coffee.
As I packed up my camera, he said to me, "It's not spring until the birds and the people line up along the Platte. For the Omaha News, I'm Charlotte Riley.
Snow geese and other waterfowl also migrate alongside the sandhill cranes. The easiest way to tell the difference between birds in flight is through a simple phrase: cranes fly low, geese fly high. Those interested in seeing the birds can do so at Fort Kearney State Historical Park and Rose Sanctuary.
The University of Nebraska at Omaha received a $2.2 million grant to assist university education in Afghanistan. Reporter Brian Vamaka is live with more information.
The University of Nebraska-Omaha aims to improve quality of life on a local, national, and global scale. The Afghan Project is one of the ways that the university impacts the world globally. In Afghanistan, UNO faculty worked with Kabul University and Balkh University to implement communication studies programs. Dr. Chris Allen spoke about the challenges the UNO faculty faced in adapting traditional communication studies material to the culture of Afghanistan. Sensitive topics like abortion, alcohol and drug use, and LGBTQ issues are not allowed.
They will physically take those chapters and cut them out of the textbook because they just cannot address those things.
Faculty members from the UNO School of Communication have gone overseas multiple times over the past several years. Not only did it help the people of Afghanistan, it had a significant impact on their own lives as well. Dr. Andrea Weir was struck by the difficult circumstances that the Afghan teachers endure.
Every day when they go onto campus, their car is searched for sticky bombs. And that's something I don't have to worry about when I pull into the parking garage.
The fundamental way that both cultures connect to other people stuck out to Dr. Anna Cruz.
We still have a lot of similarities in that we create connection through building relationships.
This experience provided Dr. Allen with valuable insight into a part of the world that does not receive much positive news coverage in the United States.
Well, we met men and women who live there every day. And we can see and talk about in our classes to our students and to others that these are people just like you and me.
Thank you, Brian. Coming up, we head over to our sports team to check out men's baseball.
And next, we head to a skating rink to see how roller derby is staying alive in the Omaha Metro.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
I'm Dr. Jeremy Johnson. I am the instructor for our 2610 Exploration of Global Comics. This is a completely online summer course, and in this class we're going to look at comics from France, Japan, the Middle East, Mexico, as well as some great stuff coming out of Africa.
Alex is your average UNO student. She goes to class, does her homework, and studies hard. She does everything to make sure she excels, except
a flu shot. I don't need a flu shot. I never get sick.
Be smarter than Alex. Call the UNO Health Center at 402-554-2374 to set up an appointment whenever you are sick or injured. Students can receive free primary care so you can quickly return to being 100%.
I never thought I'd be standing in the clouds looking down on the ancient ruins of the Incan Empire. I never thought I'd live among the street artists in Valparaiso. I never thought I'd make friends that would last a lifetime.
Adventure's out there, and as Mavericks, it's up to us to find it.
Stop thinking, start doing. Visit educationabroad.unomaha.edu.
So I have a test on Tuesday and a 10-page essay due Wednesday. I have to help set up my sorority's bake research paper due tomorrow. I'll do by tomorrow. Wednesday. Research for 7th grade.
Don't let fear and worry build up inside you. Visit the Counseling and Psychological Services office here on the UNO campus. Students can receive 8 to 10 confidential counseling sessions free of charge. Sign up for your first appointment today.
As a student, it's good to know you have support wherever you go.
To have a simple and direct way of seeing that next assignment. To have an easy way of knowing where you're headed to next. Or just how quickly you're going to get there. The UN Omaha app is everything a student needs, just a tap away. Download it today on the App Store or Google Play.
Welcome back to Omaha Sports. I'm your host, Ray Cook. The Omaha softball team went 1-2 in the conference series versus North Dakota this past weekend. The first game of the Saturday doubleheader resulted in a 1-3 loss, followed by a 10-8 victory. The victory marked the Mavs' first conference win. On Sunday, Omaha dropped another game, 12-18, after going into 13 innings. In the extra inning thriller, freshman catcher Janae Cameron went 4 for 5 from the plate, including a double, a run, and 4 RBIs. Junior Emma Dargy followed close behind, going 3 for 5, scoring 3 runs of her own. The Mavs faced UMKC last night in Kansas City. Omaha fell to the Roos 0-8 as their overall record fell to 3-30 and their conference record to just 1-5. The softball team will resume their schedule this Saturday as they face the South Dakota Coyotes in Vermillion for a 2-game series. Although Omaha roller rinks have closed over the years, some residents have not hung up their skates. Reporter Colin Gurney takes a look at what a local nonprofit organization is doing to keep roller skating alive around the metro.
The Omaha Roller Derby first formed in 2006. Number .38 on the team, who goes by Crash Heartless, has been around since day one and says that through roller derby, both she and the team have grown slowly but surely.
It has that bonding mentality where there's just not many other places where you feel that so earnestly and organically, especially for adults, especially for women.
The team practices several times a week in intense drills and skirmishes. Head coach Penelope Bruce says that despite the challenges on the rink and in everyday life, members are eager to stay engaged.
I've never seen anyone come in and try it and be like, no, I hate this. They all love it and we break our bodies for it, and we still come back.
The coach says that roller derby is a rigorous yet exciting outlet for members to release stress that builds up in everyday life.
If nothing else in your life makes sense, it's so much easier to just pick a little teeny tiny goal in derby, and you can actually physically work towards it and make it happen.
Practices are held in an underground rink off 90th and Maple Streets that the team refers to as the Bunker. Since the Omaha Roller Derby moved to the Bunker in 2011, they've made a collaborative effort remodeling the rink. The team has built their presence here from the roof up, literally replacing the ceiling tiles one by one. Their efforts have built character among members both on and off the rink.
I've never been able to walk away, and I'm afraid of the day I won't be able to commit so much time and energy to it anymore.
For the Omaha News, I'm Colin Gurney.
Members of the Omaha Roller Derby volunteer to keep the organization going. The league consists of both adult and junior leagues, and practices are held year-round. Battling the rain this weekend, the Maverick baseball team still played a 3-game series at Seymour Smith Park. Let's show you the highlights. The Omaha baseball team was 6-0 in conference play heading into its 3-game series with Western Illinois this weekend. The Mavericks won Game 1 and were looking to win both games of a Sunday doubleheader to stay perfect in Summit League play. Peyton Kinney took the mound and delivered 7 shutout innings in Game 1. After missing last year due to injury, Kinney has led the Mavericks with a 5-0 record and a Summit League leading .55 ERA.
Yeah, Peyton Kinney was brilliant today with 7 innings of work. He only gave up 1 hit. He didn't get credited with the win because Tyler Doherty gave up 2 runs and it led to the tie 2-2 game. But otherwise, Peyton Kinney was really brilliant today. He got the job done.
Heading into the 9th inning of Game 1, the game was tied 2-2, but Matt Bondarchuk had a walk-off single to give the Mavs the win heading into the last game of the series. Omaha then won the final game of the series in just 8 innings as they run-ruled the Leathernecks 15-5.
We're playing well. I mean, we're swinging the bat well. Pitchers is doing a heck of a job on the mound, getting ahead in counts, throwing strikes, breaking off some good 2-strike pitches, and defense is playing well behind them.
Omaha is now 9-0 in Summit League play, which puts them at first place in front of South Dakota State in the conference.
Win the series right here.
Well, the Mavericks stay red hot on offense as they scored 26 runs last weekend and then 15 on Sunday. They will look to continue their hot offensive stretch as they play Creighton at Warner Park next Wednesday.
Hitting is contagious, so if first two guys, first two guys in the inning get on. People right behind them are to come up with a lot of confidence and know that all they got to do is put a ball in play and we'll find a way to score. And so we just kind of feed off each other with the hitting, and one guy gets hot, the rest of us like to go off that.
The Mavs will travel to South Dakota State next weekend for a 3-game series. Well, the Mavericks keep shocking everyone around them as they sit in first place in the Summit League standings despite being picked in the preseason poll to finish last. That's all we have for Omaha Sports. Justin, Megan, back to you.
Thanks, Ray. Coming up, we see how the Henry Dorley Zoo is helping Nebraska's youth to overcome fears.
And next, we head to the Sapp Fieldhouse to see how the African-American culture is staying alive at UNO.
All this and more on the Omaha News.
Why did I say African-American?
Theater, you can pursue your passion. Whether you crave set design, stage managing a production, acting in plays or musicals, being a part of the lighting crew, or working with professional directors. Here, you can unleash your creative spirit. The theater begins with you.
Hi, my name is Dr. Joshua Kearney, and I'm the conductor of the University Concert Band here at the University of Nebraska at Omaha. The University Concert Band is an ensemble made up of primarily non-music majors. The ensemble meets twice per week for 50 minutes and gives 2 concerts per semester. It's a very low-pressure environment, very social, and very fun and engaging. We hope that you consider making music with us. Go Mavs!
The 3rd annual African Culture Night was held last Friday evening on North Campus. It was filled with African dances and delicacies like fried plantain, beef bits, and puff puff. Reporter Phil Lemon was there to give us a first-hand experience of the entertainment.
Sapp Fieldhouse was packed with people from all over who wanted to stop by and support African culture and what it's all about.
Every culture can come, is open to the public, so yeah, it's good to to get out of your house and come and learn something new from Africa or each other.
The event lasted from 6 p.m. to 11 p.m. and 4 groups performed to display their enthusiasm for their culture.
I have a talent to dance and I take dance classes, that's why I'm here. So I want to show people that in Omaha, we still have African dancers.
The 3rd annual African Culture Night right here in the Sapp Fieldhouse was their most successful year yet, exceeding over 300 people and ranging from performances to great food, and it was a nice way for the community to get together and support each other.
Me being African, I'm like, whatever you guys do, let me be part of it. I used to be a student, so I know how hard it is to come up with stuff like that. So I'm like, hey, whatever you want me to do, do it. So for the past 2 years, I've done motivational speaking and stand-up comedy. So this year I brought my boy, we're gonna do dancing, and I'll do my stand-up comedy.
At the end of the day, it's important to remember we all have value, and what makes us great is our diversity.
If we don't get to know each other, how can we live together? So this is like the best situation for us to come together as one people, respecting each other, loving each other, learning from each other.
For the Omaha News, I'm Phil Lemon.
The event wanted to give special thanks to the Department of Black Studies, UNO's Pan-African Student Organization, and others for help making the event possible.
The Henry Dorley Zoo and Medic Express tries to make learning about health interactive through their Teddy Bear Weekend event. Reporter Lillian Griffith takes a look at how the doctor's office can be a fun experience.
Making kids comfortable at the doctor's isn't easy. The Henry Dorley Zoo teamed up with Medic Express for a free Teddy Bear Weekend to not only teach, but inspire kids.
Encourages families to come on in, bring their stuffed animals, the littles bring their stuffed animals, and they can give them a checkup and learn about health and wellness.
In a world full of Cheetos, McDonald's, and childhood obesity being at an all-time high, it's important to educate kids.
They're learning how, to go to the doctor, and they're learning kind of that parent role, and they get to be that parent, and then they actually get to be the doctor as well at the very end and give their animal a checkup. But I think it just also educates them on the tools that they might encounter during a visit and encourages them to be brave.
Events like Teddy Bear Weekend can help teach kids when it's time to go get a checkup. It can also teach them how to be healthy and active and prevent diseases such as type 2 diabetes. 80% of kids with type 2 diabetes are overweight.
I think it just teaches them about the services that are available to them if they do get sick or need some sort of care afterwards, and just the precautions that they should take.
For the Omaha News, I'm Lillian Griffith.
Teddy Bear Weekend not only helps make kids less scared of their doctor, it helps inspire the next generation of doctors and nurses.
Last weekend in Boston was the yearly video games trade show called PAX East. Our reporter George Cruz Alvarez was there to capture the event. Convention visitors were able to get an early hands-on experience with dozens of games before they are released to market and be in attendance for the announcement of new games. Some key titles at the show include Mortal Kombat 11, Stranger Things Season 3, the game, Yoshi's Crafted World, and Days Gone.
I think it's just an awesome collection of fans of games, communities. I just think it's really cool to see all the devs come together and show off what they've spent years of their lives working on these games, and they're here to show it off just to regular people.
While PAX does not make attendance numbers public, thousands of visitors come from across the United States to attend the event. The event also hosts various board games events, panels, and is a huge place for people to showcase their homemade costumes. PAX also hosts a second major yearly event, PAX West in Seattle, that will take place on August 31st.
That's all we have for you today. Be sure to come back next week for more exciting stories on the Omaha News.
Follow us on Facebook and Twitter at UNO the Omaha News, or find our website for even more news and stories at unomahanews.com.
And from all of us here at UNO Television, thanks for watching.
We will see you next time.
Maverick Sports News has grown up. Mav Radio's First Warning is streaming live to show you the best and worst of the sports world. With analyst DK Kellogg, host Ray Cook, and the whole First Warning crew. Where will you be when the warning sounds?
Social media can be fun, but it can also be a powerful tool. At the UNO Social Media Lab, we work together to advance our understanding of social media and technology on the UNO campus and beyond with research application services such as real-time social media tracking, social media listening, and assistance on how to work with first-party social media tools such as Twitter and Instagram analytics. We have also consulted and collaborated with communities in Nebraska to help them leverage social media to work for their communities.
Coming up in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, faded press to a full.
The University of Nebraska at Omaha is a place for tomorrow's leaders. A place where individuals converge on a path to success, getting the attention and direction they need as they begin their career. It's where students take pride in serving Omaha, a city we've invested in for more than 100 years. UNO is a place where greatness begins. The University of Nebraska at Omaha.